Welcome to the Webby O'Neill channel. With me today, Wes Brown won the league, won the European Cup with Man United. He knows what it's all about. Wes, people out there been saying all year, this is the worst season. How has it come to this, Wes? What's happened?
Yeah, it's been disappointing. You know, I think with the signings we made in the summer, the club were looking to get better, improve, and now coming into the last game, that's just not happened at all. I mean, Ronaldo, I think, has been brilliant. You know, he's got us. I didn't even think he was going to get that many goals, and he has. But as a team, as a whole, have we been committed enough to the season? 100% no.
Well, people have said, and I've said, they've actually down tools. That's the way I see it as a fan.
You can all have sort of bad seasons, not all at once. But listen, when you are playing bad, the main thing is to work hard, battle, try and get your confidence back. And if that's running people down on the pitch, that's what you have to do. That's just the way I did it, or the way we got taught as young pros. You know, you have to work hard anyway. And when it's going well, it's going very well. But ultimately, when it's going bad, and especially as a team, you've got to get together, pull together, and start running, start getting stuck in.
But that's not been there, though.
I know it's not. That's what I mean, and we've lacked it all season really. These I don't know, maybe four games, where you can say we played really well. But in general, the consistency's not been there. We've not looked like a team. You know, we've looked like individuals on our day, but as a team, it's just not been there.
We've identified quite a few players who we see as down tools. Wan-Bissaka, he's regressed. He doesn't seem to be able to go forward. Is he one of these players, what you see as going?
Wan-Bissaka's an unbelievable defender. I don't think anyone can take that from him. He struggled a little bit going forward. And I think that's not just down to him. I think Wan-Bissaka has always been a defender, you know. And when we're not playing well, he's been asked to do a lot more. And as a team and as individuals, it's just not happened. If the new managers came in and said he's not really looking to use him, obviously he might have people in mind. And then I suppose it's up to Aaron. But I mean, I've always said this about new managers coming in, players going. They don't necessarily have to go anywhere. You know, they can stay there and try and battle for their place. If they want to play at Man United.
And the quality we've got there, Wes, what's gone wrong with that back four? A lot of people out there go on about Harry Maguire and his captaincy and his leadership and all that, but it can't be just down to that.
It's not just that. And I think, first of all, the injuries don't help. You put everything together, injuries don't help. They've had a lot of stick, and I don't think they've been able to handle that as well. I think, as a team, we don't defend right, as a team. I've seen lots of goals this season where obviously you're blaming the defender for it, but he's coming from somewhere else on the pitch where he's got too much space, and ultimately they will score. The defending's not been good enough in total, in general, though. Listen, that's the worst record. I've had some bad seasons where we've let in a lot of goals, but this season was supposed to be this season where we've improved and we've got worse.
That is criticism, as I see it, and people out there will see it. Let me know what you think. It's the coaching then, Wes. If the coaches can't get it right, you can see something what goes wrong. We're on about under Solskjaer and we're on about Ranić here. They failed, Wes. Is there a clear out due or something?
You
or
never
people
know.
Need to assess the jobs?
Well, listen, it's not been right, has it?
No.
It's not been right. And when you watch the games, we let in a goal pretty much straight away, don't we?
Yeah.
A lot of the games, and you're sitting back and you're thinking that the don't know what's going on.
In disbelief.
Are the lads not up for it? Are they not concentrating right? Because in general, that shouldn't happen. And it's been a lot this season, especially the first 5-6 minutes. We've been letting in goals. We're 1-0 down before the game's really started.
But if the coaches were doing the job proper, right, to real professionals
I get that.
Who were on the job.
But I believe I get that. But you know what? When I played, and this is the truth, I expect myself to do that. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah, I understand that. That's a valid. That's great. That.
Listen, you're at Man United. You're there for a reason. So if you're talking about, part of it might be the coaches, but ultimately, if I was on the pitch, I wouldn't be thinking, the coach doesn't know what he's doing.
Standards, your own professional standards.
I'd be thinking that's me. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
because ultimately, I'm on the pitch. I'm at Man United for a reason. I want to show everyone what I'm about, but it's just not there's been no unity there at all this season.
We've identified 3 positions. Ten Hag's coming in now. He needs a forward, he needs a midfield player, and he needs a centre-half. Is that enough to start with, Wes?
I think that's all you're going to get. I don't think there's going to be next season where you're getting everyone.
I don't think that, no.
And like we said, these players are that we know can do it. Marcus Rashford's not had a good season. Can he get him up and running again? And I think he will. If he gets his head right and he gets focused again, I don't see any problem with Marcus Rashford doing that. And you know what? Strikers actually have this season era there where that happens, and that's the truth. And Marcus has started from a very young age. He's had a lot of responsibility, and this season has not gone well for him, And that's why, for instance, Alanga's has been playing more often.
Has Marcus lost focus for his outside activities? He's gone up and down the country. He's been involved in lots of advertising. Is that too much for that young man to carry on doing things like that? And should it be just kicked to the side?
Well, I look at it differently. There's always a player in Manchester United like that. And that's the truth.
When they're winning.
True. But ultimately, he did what he did. He got awarded for it. So, yeah, maybe his focus has gone a little bit. That don't make him a bad player.
No.
So, that this season's near enough done now. Do you know what I mean? If he gets a good summer, good training, there's no reason why Marcus Rashford can't come back, the player he was before this season.
Eric Bailly, word on the street, along with Wan-Bissaka you mentioned before, he's going. That leaves the 3 centre-halves. Who's the leader out of the 3? Because Harry Maguire clearly hasn't got it on the pitch. And that doesn't make saying that he's not a strong person, but on the pitch, Wes, I've watched him. People out there have commented about Harry Maguire. He goes missing. He goes wandering.
The thing is, I look at the team now, there's not many of them anyway, and it's a different era. And I think if you look at any team, except for the top 2, there's not many people like that. As it's been difficult this season, blame is going to be took out on Harry Maguire. It's as simple as that. And there's been times when his performances have been below.
They've all been below, though.
Yeah, all of us, that's what I mean. But it's like what I say, it's like the injuries didn't help. No. Because ultimately you want to play Maguire and Varane straight away. And you want them to stay fit and play together as much as possible. That's not happened. So people have been coming in and out. Listen, don't get me wrong, it's still not acceptable. You still have to, as a player, look at your own performances and step it up. But obviously, Harry Maguire's got a lot of stick because he will do, because he's there. It's as simple as that. And he'll be the first to put his hand up to say, I've not been good enough.
I'm looking at 1 or 2 players coming in, but what I'm looking for most, Wes, is someone in that midfield to drive us on. Do you see anybody out there to come in and take over the running of that team?
Anyone we try and buy is going to cost a lot of money. I honestly, personally, would try Rice. I think when I watched him play, he commands his position. He understands his position. Yeah. His work rate's excellent.
Not just for now, for the going forward.
Yeah, because he's the right age. He's the right age, and yes, he will cost money. Jude Bellingham, a different type of midfielder. All young, all got drive. You can see watching when they play. He can do a bit of everything, defending, he can score, he drives with the ball, he can tackle. You just want people who are hard-working, understand the game and understand their position.
One more question, Wes, before I go, and it's Jadon Sancho. Didn't have a good season, cost a lot of money. So going forward next year, Ten Hag has got to keep him in the position and not change him and work on him and improve him, surely.
And I think he will. I mean, we've seen it the last, 2 months, I'm going to say. He's got the ball, he's getting at players. And we see him take on players. If you're a defender, you'd be panicking a little bit. At the beginning of the season, he was one-on-one in situations. He wouldn't lose the ball, but he wouldn't actually get at the player if you actually watch it. For some reason, his confidence come back a little bit. He's getting at him. He's creating stuff. He's panicking defenders. Because listen, when you're on one-on-one positions like that, and he's running on you, and he actually takes you on, everything adjusts. Then players have to get across. It makes space in other parts of the pitch, and that's what we've missed off him most of the season.
You're inside Old Trafford with MUTV and a few other things. What you're doing there and that. This club is on a reset. How big a reset does it need, in your opinion?
It's going to take time, and it's as simple. I mean, people talk about, yes, the new manager's going to come in, he's going to bring in new players. Simple as that. Some players are going to go, but you just don't get rid of 7-8 players in a season. It doesn't work like that. you know, and you can't get 7 or 8 in. So he'll want to get maybe 3 in, the main ones that he'll want. And then he's still going to have to look at these plays. He might make these plays better. He might make these plays work together, play together.
He's a real coach, though.
Yeah, well, that's what you want, you know. And I'm pretty sure he will earn his respect as well from the players.
Wes, thank you very much. Appreciated it. Get your comments in. Press the likes. Please subscribe and press that notification. Wes, been an absolute pleasure.